4 inmates have been released from America's maximum security detention center at Guantanamo Bay. They're the latest to be released by US President Barack Obama in the final days before he leaves office. However, President-elect Donald Trump is unhappy about the move. Nick Harper reports now from New York.
More detainees are being released from the high-security prison in Guantanamo Bay. This time, 4 Yemeni men are leaving the prison and being sent to Saudi Arabia. The US Defense Department says that they periodically do reviews of the people who are held in Guantanamo, and they assessed that 2 of the men were safe to release and the other 2 essentially no longer posed a threat to the United States. It was no longer necessary to keep them locked up in order to keep the US safe. Well, there are now 55 inmates who remain in Guantanamo Bay. When President Obama took office in 2009, there were 242. He promised to close Guantanamo Bay as soon as possible, but we're now reaching the end of his 8-year term and he hasn't managed to do so. Congress has blocked him along the way, but he has been able to release inmates during the course of his presidency, and it is seen that there is this final push for him to release as many inmates as possible before he leaves office in 2 weeks' time. And there are reports there could be as many as 15 more detainees being released before January 20th. That's the date when the President-elect Donald Trump becomes the next President of the United States. And he, of course, doesn't want any more inmates leaving the facility. He campaigned during the course of the election that it was a facility that he wanted to keep open. Earlier this week, he put out a tweet on Twitter saying there should be no further releases from Gitmo. These are extremely dangerous people and should not be allowed back onto the battlefield. Well, he has vowed to maintain the prison, to keep it open, but also to put more people inside it. At one point during the campaign, he said that he wanted to load it up with some bad dudes.